Oh, hi. Hello, hello. Okay, I think this lighting will work. It's a little bright, but I think it'll work. My face is like very shiny right now, and it is my makeup reflecting with the light. I don't know how I feel about it, but let's see. See, like it just, in like some light, it just really shimmers, but we're just gonna leave it. We're just gonna leave it, and we're just gonna go along with the video today. So this video is 23 things I've learned by 23. And you know, I'm not some wise old folk or anything, but I have learned a thing or two this past year. Being 23 during COVID, graduated college, got married, moved to a new city, just basically it was a crazy year, right? And we can all agree that this last year has just been crazy and unpredictable, and it was hard, but along the way, I feel like I have learned so much and I have grown so much as a person. I still feel like a kid at heart, but I also have been growing into a person that I have always imagined myself being once I get like old, right? Or older. I don't think 23 or 24 is old by any means. I don't even think 30 or 40 is old, okay? You're still young. It just depends on your mindset. So let's dive into it and let's get started. Number one is you can only plan so much. And what I mean by this is, planning things is good because if you don't have a plan, sometimes you're just not setting yourself up for anything, right? But you have to learn how to let go. Number two, I guess, is very similar, but it is different. So it's similar but different. And it is things don't always go as planned. So you can only plan so much, but things also do not go as planned. So those are number one and two. That's some of the biggest lessons I think I subconsciously knew, but I went through this past year, and as a 23-year-old, I was like, wow, okay, my life is not going as planned right now. I thought I was still going to be living in San Diego. I thought, well, by now, I thought me and Tanner would be in LA, and we're in Northern California. So basically, you can only plan so much, and sometimes what you do plan does not go as planned. So number three is try new things. And I am someone who, I am not good at this, okay? Once I find something I like, whether it's at a restaurant, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna get that because I know I'm gonna like it. And this in particular, I'm not totally referring to food, even though it is good to venture off and try new foods. But a new thing that I tried this year was, as a 23-year-old, was Twitch and streaming and playing more games. And honestly, it has been so fun. Like, definitely, like at the very top of my list of the best things that happened in this past year. And it was literally all because I was open enough to try it out. Did I know that the channel was going to grow as fast as it did? Did I know that I was going to meet all of you? Did I know that I was going to have so much fun? No. Was I a little skeptical at first? Maybe. Actually, Tanner introduced me to the idea 2 years ago, and it took me 2 years to actually kind of buckle down and say, okay, I think it's time. I'll try it. So now we're here. Number four. Okay, this is a big one, and I know a lot of people on my channel know this, and I talk about this not a ton, but it is really important. And it is that exercise is so important. The days that I did not exercise, I just felt it in my mood. Of course, you need rest days, of course, but I just totally felt it. I didn't have as much energy, which is funny because it takes energy to exercise, but I just didn't have as much energy. I wasn't in as much of a good mood. Like a secret to how I have so much energy all the time and just my mood. And some people ask me like, how are you so positive? And that is one of the reasons, and one of the biggest reasons. So one of my favorite quotes is, you can be the juiciest peach in the world, but not everyone's gonna like peaches. And that's what number five is. You can be this spectacular person, and you probably are, but there's always just gonna be someone that probably does not like you. And that could come from jealousy, or that could just come from, a misunderstanding, or just their differences. And you just have to be okay with it and just be nice and a kind person and have a good heart. And if someone maybe doesn't like you or maybe doesn't agree with you, it's okay. Just let them have their opinion, okay? Just let them have it. I've had people come on the stream before and have said offensive things and stuff, and my mods are amazing, love you mods, where sometimes I don't even see some of the stuff, but I can't let that get to me. So if people just are acting like they're going kind of more against you, just, brush it off. Don't let it get to you, okay? Number 6, never taking simple things for granted. And, you always hear, don't take things for granted. You always hear stuff like that, right? But this year, this really hit me. One, when COVID and everything closed down and, everything was out of our control. But when California got hit with fires during summer, oh my gosh, we couldn't even go outside because the air was hazardous. I remember, and I have a TikTok on it, walking outside and it's all orange and like foggy, hazy, and the smell is just horrible and it makes your eyes water, makes you have a headache, and I'm just having like flashbacks from that. But I literally never take clean air for granted ever since that. Like whenever I go outside for the first time during the day, I feel like I take like a big inhale in just because I'm so grateful for the clean air that we have, because it really sucked. We'd have to wear masks anyway, so wearing a mask going outside and just trying to be outside for as little as possible, and during summer too. So that was a bummer, but I learned something in the end. So 7. Okay, so I've kind of touched on this a little bit, but always be yourself. So it's the easiest thing to do unless you're being, I guess, like a character or something like that. But it's so much easier to do than trying to pretend to be someone that you're not, because eventually that's going to catch up to you. And so just being able to free, any people's opinions of you and not really care about what others think. And obviously that's easier said than done, and I'm definitely not perfect at that by any means, but always being yourself, it just makes life so much better. So always be yourself. Okay, number 8. Let's see. Just kind of touched on this too. So all of them kind of like intertwine, I guess you could say. But number 8 is get past the judgments of people. Okay, when you look back on your life, you're not going to think, oh my gosh, what did that person think of me? Or why are they looking at me like that? Or you're not going to look back on that. You're going to think of the memories. You're going to think of, all of your accomplishments and your loved ones and, moments that made you happy. And so just letting go of judgments from others and remembering, we're all people, we're all imperfect. It's definitely easier said than done. So that is number 8. And number 9. Okay, number 9 is something that I have learned along the way. So it wasn't just when I was 23. It's been over time. Just always have an emergency fund, okay? Like we've seen during COVID, you don't know what's gonna happen, and you just want to be prepared for the worst, basically. Okay, number 10. Okay, I'm not a financial advisor. I took a financial advising paid internship, but I am not, qualified. I'm not licensed or anything like that. So I'm not going to give details on how to do this, or like what to do, maybe like general of how to do this, but not like exactly what to do. But when you are 18 or whenever you can, I would definitely recommend to save up and put a little bit of money into investments. And an investment that I'm specifically talking about right here is the stock market. Thinking long term about, retirement and just when you're older and you have a family. It's just something smart to do with your money, but you do have to be careful, and you don't want to, don't put anything in that you can't afford to lose, basically. But anyway, when I was 23, I bought my first stock. So that was exciting. Number 11, surround yourself with people who uplift you, make you happy. They want the best for you. You want the best for them. Okay. And I feel like there's just so many people in life that will try to bring you down, but then there's also so many people that are rooting for you. And they say that you are the person that the 5 people that you surround yourself the most with is a person that you basically are. So you want to surround yourself with people who are positive and uplifting and want the best for you and are happy, because if you hang out with people who aren't that and just are, going down like a wrong path, odds are you're going to go down the wrong path with them. So just make sure that you surround yourself with people that uplift you and make you so happy. Number 12, please be nice. And I feel like this is like, okay, Brianna, duh. But you never know what is going on in someone's life. An example of this is Tanner's aunt is a flight attendant, and she was telling us the story about someone being really rude to someone that, I don't know if it happened to her or someone she knew, like a flight attendant that she knew, but this guy was just being so mean to her, and she was like, why is he taking it out? Why is he being so mean to me? Like, that's not okay with everything he was saying and how he was treating her and whatnot. And she just still was nice to him anyway, regardless of what he said and how he made her feel. And later on the flight, he ended up telling her that his son recently passed away and he had to go to the funeral, and it was just so hard on him, and he was taking out his anger on her, and he apologized. And so, you know, if someone's being mean, not nice, you just maybe never know what's going on in their life. So, you know, it's not okay for them to treat you that way by any means, but just always have in the back of your mind that something deeper might be going on and it's not your fault. Okay, 13. If you put time towards something, you will get better at it. Being patient with yourself and having a growth mindset and always wanting to learn more and be the best that you can possibly be. 14. Okay, it feels good to get rid of stuff. It's felt so good to get rid of stuff that I never wear and I haven't worn for over a year. If I have not worn it for over a year, I know that I'm probably not gonna wear it ever again. So it feels good to get rid of stuff. Oh wait, already. All right, lucky number, oh, that was 14. Okay, number 15. Always be grateful. You will be so happy if you are grateful, okay? You will be so happy. And it's just being thankful for everything. I kind of tied into this earlier about not taking the simple things for granted, but gratitude will seriously change your life. Whether you write in a journal or whether you just say thank you to everything, or whether you just have a grateful heart where, you know, all of your circumstances, even I'm grateful that I made it home safe today and maybe I didn't get in an accident or something happened. You know what I mean? It's having that grateful heart, and that will lead you to happiness. Okay, 16. Do not doubt yourself. This is also easier said than done, and I have done this in the past. But you should not doubt yourself, because if you tell yourself that you can't do something, you're not capable of doing it, you're not going to do it. You would not believe how much you can actually do, and we all as people do not know our limits to what we can accomplish and what we can set our mind to. So stay optimistic, don't doubt yourself. So I was listening to a podcast and she was saying that, and this was a very interesting concept to think about. So a lot of these successful people, Elon Musk, maybe you know, the guy who owns Amazon, just all of these people, right? And success can be measured in different ways. But let's just say people that have accomplished something really big, maybe something, okay, let's say these people have accomplished something that no one else has done before, right? She was making a comparison. She concluded basically that these people, they believed in themselves before they got the results. They didn't say, okay, I will believe in myself if this works, if this passes, if I pass, if, you know, once I try it. No, they believed in themselves. They believed in themselves before it was probably just even when it was an idea. So just always believe in yourself, okay? 17. This might be silly. This might be really silly, like a duh moment, but Twitch made me realize, I knew that there was 7-8 billion people in the world. Billion. That is a lot of people. But Twitch really made me realize how many people are out in the world. I don't know why I didn't notice it on TikTok or Instagram and Facebook. I did notice it, but it was different. I remember even Among Us, Rust, some games, I remember seeing the games have close to or 1 million viewers. those were viewers, and then people on top of that actually playing the game. Like, it just really blew my mind and just made me actually realize how many people there are in the world. There are just so many, and we are all here and we all have a purpose, and no matter what it might be, but that way we can always serve someone. We can always be a friend. We can always help out. For some reason, Twitch just really made me realize how many people there are in the world, I guess, and how many new friends I have now too. Let's see. Okay, number 18. This is important because of the time that we are living in, and this was important years back, but just be really careful with what you say online. There's just been stories about, you know, people not getting into schools or getting a job that they wanted because of something that they said online even years prior. And, you know, even if you didn't mean to say something offensive, even if it's in writing, it can just come back to haunt you. So just be really careful with like what you say online to people, especially if it's something that you said when you were younger and maybe you're a different person. Number 19. We're already on 19. Heck yeah. So this is something that I'm still working on. I don't know if I'll ever get to a point of thinking, okay, I'm at a perfect place now. I think it'll always just be kind of out of balance, a little too much, a little too little, always making adjustments. But number 19 is having less time on my phone and more time being in the present. So if for example, I went to a cabin with my friends last month, and I tried to be on my phone as little as possible just because I wanted to be present and in the moment with them. And same with being around family, especially family that I don't see very often. I just know that all of that stuff can wait. You know, you can set aside times. We don't realize how dependent we are on our phones and how much time we spend on our phones, but I feel like there's a great value in like setting aside time, whether it's, you know, early afternoon, maybe a little bit before school, or you know, after school, after you're done with homework, or if you don't have homework, maybe after work, and setting like guidelines to how much time that you really spend on your phone and on social media. Because I think social media is amazing, but I think it's so easy to spend 4 or 5 hours on it. But my biggest takeaway is just being present with the people that you love, because you're not going to really look back on your life and remember what you saw on your Instagram feed or your TikTok feed or whatever it was. You're going to remember the memories that you have with people, if that makes sense. 20, we're almost done. Okay, my hair is kind of funky today, you guys. Sorry, this is random, but this is just like my natural hair, and I didn't think it looked that bad in person, but then I was like looking at it and I was like, maybe I should have done something with it, but it's okay. You guys still love me, right? But yeah, okay, sorry. Anyway, sidetracked. So number 20. Okay, this goes into 19. See, they kind of all build on each other. So 20 is that it's good to take social media breaks. It's good to take breaks pretty much almost with everything. Maybe with relationships, maybe not with relationships. But I just feel like breaks allow you to feel refreshed and recharge. That's why maybe like my break, for example, is on Sundays, where oh no, I see the battery. It says 1 minute. No! Okay, so on Sundays it says, on Sundays are my rest days. It's a day for me to just feel refreshed and regroup. Okay, 21. Always give back to others. And I have shared this quote before on the stream, but I'm just going to say it again. And this is not the reason to do it, but it is a perk, I guess you could say, is that when you give back to others, it's one of the most selfish things that you can do, because you feel so good after. Like, you feel so good, and then obviously it helps the other person, so it's a win-win situation. And you probably shouldn't do it just for your own satisfaction, but it is just a perk. So always having charity towards others is a great thing to learn over time. Something that I've learned at 23, or by 23. Okay, number 22. How happy a loyal pet will make a person. This is because I grew up with English bulldogs. I had 2 growing up, one, and then one passed away, and then we got another one. But I really haven't lived with a dog since I was, I think, a freshman in high school. So I've really missed being around a dog, and for that short period of time when Tanner and I were living with his parents, you've seen even the emote with Chewy, and he just seriously helped my mood so much. And I don't know, it's just something about having a dog or a cat or your pet of preference just seriously make you so happy. I don't think Tanner and I are gonna get a dog anytime soon. I would like one, but it's just really expensive, and in LA, I don't know if it's like this in other places, but they have dog rent, so it's an extra $50 a month for on top of your pet deposit to pay for, and it just is a really big expense and responsibility that we're not ready for yet, but in the future I'm gonna be so excited to get a dog. Okay, last but not least, okie dokie, last but not least, 23. Life is short. Life is so short. Life goes by so fast. I cannot believe that I'm gonna be 24. I can't believe it. It doesn't feel real. I feel like I'm still, I don't know, 21 or 22, maybe 22. This year just went by so fast. Life goes by so fast, so please enjoy it as much as you can. And, I want to thank you first for watching this video, because this is time that you're not going to get back, and I hope that it wasn't a waste of your time, but you don't get time back. So if you are dwelling in the past, or just filled with negativity, or maybe doing something that maybe you shouldn't be doing, just think that you're never going to get that time back. So just use it wisely and enjoy it. Live your life to the fullest, live your life to the best, be the best person that you can possibly be. And yeah, so those are my 23 life lessons. 23 life lessons with baby girl Brienne. And I hope that you got something kind of out of it. I know that it's nothing that you've probably heard all of that before, but I just wanted to share. Those are my main takeaways of a lot of principles and concepts, ideas that I have gone through or felt or realized or learned this past year, and now I just want to share with you guys. So thank you for watching this video. I know it's a little bit different, a different video than I typically do, but I thought it would be fun, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Maybe see you on the stream later. I love you.